I tell you, this is Bev Scott again, and here we are with introducing you to American Infrastructure Inc. And Isaiah is here, and we have
Mhm.
Lolly, we believe, in the background that's here to assist. And we are absolutely thrilled, of course, Mr. Castro and the team at San Bernardino Valley College. And we are absolutely thrilled this evening to wind up having Ruby Cabral is with us, and Ruby is with Caltrans District 8. So she's going to explain to you what Caltrans is statewide. They are the state Department of Transportation. So all the roads that you see, and they're more than roads, okay, but all the freeway network that you see and all of that falls under Caltrans, and Caltrans is divides the state into districts. And so the Inland Empire is the mighty District 8. Okay. And so Ruby is going to talk to you about all the tremendous, in fact, the California Department of Transportation probably is about, at least, if not the first, the second. It's may battle with New York of being the largest state DOT, Department of Transportation, at the state level in the country, in the nation. So it is a major national as well as statewide and regional significance. Now, what Isaiah and I want to do, and then I'm gonna be quiet, we want to do your reminders, okay? So the first reminder that Isaiah has, hit it, Isaiah. We want to keep these things popping with you, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you guys remember WTS? We had him a couple of weeks ago. Just a friendly reminder that WTS's scholarships are still being accepted, and they're going to be due next Friday. So, you guys already have this document, and then you guys already have access to the WTS website, but, they are available to women. So just go on their website, go to applications, boom, right there, and then you will find the application. We did, if you guys remember at the end of LA Metro / Metrolinx's session, we did have a short overview where WTS's Lisa Reese and Mia Gao came to talk about, how to prepare for these scholarships. And, we actually have the recordings of that sessions, of all the SBVC sessions on the IA website. So, just go to ia.org right here where it says view resources. You just click on that. It's at the front of the page. And then boom, you'll see all the recordings right here. Last week's one is currently being uploaded as of this moment. So it's going to be up tonight as well as today's session. So, here's the LA Metro one. We're not going to go through this whole thing because 2 hours, but, at the end we have right here the WTS scholarship overview. So, if you guys just want a quick a refresher on some tips on how to prepare for applying to the scholarship, it's on the IA website. It's pretty straightforward. And like I said before, just going to be due next Friday. So, get those scholarships in. Shout out women. We support women. And yeah, I think I did a pretty quick overview, but we actually do have 2 other things that we'd like to briefly speak on too. So, I'll pass it back to Dr. Scott.
Okay, and I thank you very much, Isaiah. And this is part of you building your own professional network, your personal professional network. So on the WTS, I want to say one other thing. If there are 50 WTS chapters, 50 plus across the country, they do scholarships at the local level. And then annually, all of their scholarship winners across those chapters at the local level compete for national scholarships. Okay. And so you put your foot in the door on this one, you get selected for this one, and then the amount of money just gets bigger. And then you go into the pot for and then your Inland Empire chapter would advance you for the national scholarships. And those are usually granted. Ruby, what is that like? The meeting is in the big annual meeting for WTS is in May. Okay. And so anyway, so that's building block. If you have any questions, like Isaiah said, look it up. But if you still have a question, if you want to wind up, and Isaiah's going to put his email in his IA email into the chat. If you have a question on the completion of the application, please send that to Isaiah by no later than Monday. And then we'll be able to turn that, or we'll get the question to the right person at WTS and then turn that around to you. Now we have a second a grant opportunity that's up. And I'm sorry that this is hot off the press, but it's hot off the press. This one is for, it's called the, it's for the geophysical scientists. So these are the scientists around the world that look at all the deep things in terms of climate change and all of that. Well, wouldn't you know it, they just got funded. They have a really big meeting. Their big annual meeting is in New Orleans this year, and it's in December. And they just received a big grant from the National Science Foundation that actually the doggone thing was due on Wednesday, but they extended it until Friday. And they will select somewhere between about 20 to 25 students nationally who will be able, who will wind up participating in some remote programming for about 3 months, but which you'll get a little stipend for of $1,000 for. But the other thing is that those students that they select will in fact get an expense paid trip to their annual meeting for December 13th through the 17th. Well, as soon as it hit, we got it in. So I've looked at it. It is a simplest application that you could begin. I mean, you just read it yourself. This is one of those that you can do in 2 or 3 hours at the most, because it only required, it's very simple. So we would love for you to please take a look at this. Please submit it. It is due by Friday. And I just want to say one thing, where it has in there, they ask you for references. So take it up a little bit, Isaiah.
Yeah.
And where they ask for the references, you can put my name in there as one of your references. Okay. Now, so we had that Beverly A. Scott, Aya. Okay. And just put that in there. So that's another one we want you to be aware of. And please, anybody, if it works for you, please make sure you have to at least be 18 years old. And you don't have to be, they want you to be in school, but if you're between, like you just graduated or something like that, and you're going to the next, they will still let you wind up being able to be eligible as long as you're covered by a program. And in San Bernardino Valley College, we are this program. Okay. So that's number 2. And then number 3 that we have up is on October. This, once again, building your networks. One of the areas that we talk about a lot, and Ruby's going to talk about it today, is electrification. Okay. And so there is another program that the college is a partner with us with. It's CalStart, and they had a beginning session last night. And on the 27th of October, they're going to have a big virtual, I think it'll be at 5:30 in the evening. Yes, 5:30 to 7 o'clock. They're going to have an open public virtual meeting, very focused towards youth who are interested in the areas of clean technologies. And as part of that, they're going to be talking about what are the educational pieces, what do you need? But once again, just like Ruby's going to talk this evening, I'm going to be quiet. There are a lot of different programs that various people have for internships, for externships, for student assistance, for all of that. And what we want you to do is to become part of the network to where you will pick these things up and know where to look for them. So that's where we stop. And so 3 things we got. One is the WTS one. The other one is this geoscience one that's due on Friday. And then the third one is we want you, and Mr. Omar will send the 27th out and all that after the session. But we want you to put those down on your calendar. All right, Ruby. Now I took up enough time. Now you take it away. It's the mighty Caltrans tonight.
Right, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Those of you guys who are on Zoom, those of you guys who are here in person enjoying your pizza, thank you so much for taking the time to just be here and to listen to everything I have to say today. So my name is Ruby Cabral. I work for Caltrans District 8. A little background about me. I used to be a teacher before doing this. I used to teach health at a high school. But I look like a health student. So it didn't really work out because I look like a high schooler. So the whole respect thing was a little bit difficult. So I decided, what do I want to do? What would be great for me to do where I could still work with students, but I'm not fully teaching at the exact same time? Then I saw an opening at Caltrans. And I'm going to speak about when I saw the opening for Caltrans, but I saw a position that said AGPA. And right away when I saw that, I was like, I have no idea what that means. Clicked on it and it says Associate Government Program Analyst. I don't know what an analyst is, so I'm not doing that. But something told me click on it. I clicked on it. It was for this position, to be a recruitment coordinator, to be in charge of all the events at Caltrans, like Bring Your Child to Work Day, employee luncheons, so much I could do. So I realized, you know what, this might be the thing for me. And I am so happy I did it, because now I get to be here and I get to speak to you guys about all the wonderful things about Caltrans. So Isaiah, whenever you're ready, let's pop up that PowerPoint. So like Miss Dr. Scott mentioned, I do work for Caltrans District 8. District 8 represents Riverside and San Bernardino counties. If you would like to find us online, we do have a Twitter. We try to be like all the cool kids. You could also find us on YouTube. On YouTube, you're able to see a whole bunch of videos. It could either be from District 8, or if you're just curious about what goes on in Sacramento, San Francisco, you could go ahead and do that. If you ever want to give us a call, normally we get a lot of complaints about, oh, there's a delay on the highway. You guys made me late to work. This is the number where you would call. And then this is Quick Maps. Quick Maps is pretty awesome, because have you guys ever been driving home and then your exit is closed? And then so you have to get rerouted. You have to go all the way around. And you're like, oh, I wish I would have known my exit would have been closed. Guess what? Quick Maps will tell you when your exit is closed. So just a few little resources for you guys to have. We could go ahead and move to the next slide, please. All right, so this good-looking fellow is our director, Tokes Omashakin. He is the 33rd director of the Department of Transportation, which is Caltrans. So Director Omashakin, oh my gosh, give me 1 second, guys. I have my little screen blocking. There we go. So Director Omashakin's transportation vision for California features a safe, equitable, sustainable, and multimodal transportation system that builds on strong local partnerships. Oh, sorry, I tried to skip the slide, Isaiah.
Oh, no, you're good.
On my end, I just realized.
Yeah.
A little bit about Caltrans. Well, maybe those of you guys who are on Zoom, I might not be able to see you guys, but the ones here, can you guys raise your hand if you've ever heard about Caltrans before? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, cool. So a lot of people do not know what Caltrans is. For example, today I went to a high school fair and there was a lot of colleges and I had my little booth and they came up to me like, oh, so where is the Caltrans school at? And I'm like, oh, Caltrans is not a school. Caltrans is the Department of Transportation. It is a state agency. So we manage more than 50,000 miles of California's highway and freeway lanes, and we provide inner city rail services. We do have a mission, and our mission is to provide a safe, sustainable, integrated, and efficient transportation system to enhance California's economy and livability. And we do have many goals. Some of our goals are to provide a safe transportation system for workers and users and promote health through active transportation, reduce pollution in communities. We do value also sustainability, livability, and economy, system performance, and organizational excellence. So you can move forward. Thank you. So what does Caltrans value? So we value a lot of things. We promote trust and accountability through our consistent and honest actions. We are dedicated to public service and we strive for excellence and customer satisfaction because I don't know if you guys have ever worked customer service before, but the customer is always right, correct? And we inspire and motivate one another through effective communication, collaboration, and partnership. And we are empowered to seek creative solutions and take intelligent risk, which I will talk about more. So we have a strategic plan. You might be thinking, what is the strategic plan? The strategic plan is the purpose of a strategic. So the purpose of it is to promote sustainability and equity. This strategic plan integrates sustainability principles across all goals, addressing the people, which is you guys, the planet, and prosperity comprehensively as we implement these plan strategies. So let's talk about this plan, right? The first one is safety first. So you might hear it every time you go to a job or something. Oh, even when you're little, remember safety first, safety first. But it's not just safety for our employees, because how many of you guys have drove on the highway and you see a lot of the workers working on the side, right? You have to kind of slow down for them. Yes, we value our workers and we always want our workers to be safe, but we care about you guys being safe. So one of our goals is to make sure that our highways are safe for you guys to be driving on, because let's be real, there's a lot of accidents going on. I believe recently, one of the most things that we're seeing is people are getting on the freeway on the wrong side of the road, and that's causing a lot of accidents. And some people might be, oh, it might be, people who are under the influence, but no, it's not people who are under the influence. A lot of the time, it's just someone might not have been paying attention, might have been looking on their phone, or if the exit and the entrance are on the same side, they just did too much of a wide turn and they went into that. So our goal is for you guys to be getting onto these highways safely. Next, we have to cultivate excellence. Who doesn't want to be excellent, right? Enhance and connect the multimodal transportation network, strengthen stewardship and drive efficiency, lead climate action because we want this planet to last us a good time so our kids and our grandkids and everyone could continue to enjoy it, and advance equity and livability in all communities. All right, Isaiah, ready for the next one?
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Thank you.
Mhm.
So we have Caltrans equity statement. So the California Department of Transportation, which is Caltrans, acknowledges that communities of color and underserved communities experience fewer benefits and a greater share of negative impacts associated with our state's transportation system. Some of these disparities reflect a history of transportation decision-making, policy processes, planning, design, and constructions that quite literally put up barriers, divided communities, and amplified racial inequities, particularly in our Black and brown neighborhoods. An example of this could be when a freeway was built, it could have just gone down through a community, and they could have been like, you know what, it's just a sacrifice we need to make, build that freeway, and kind of who suffered through that? Our Black and brown neighbors. Caltrans recognizes our leadership role and unique responsibility in state government to eliminate barriers to provide more equitable transportation for all Californians. This understanding is the foundation for intentional decision-making that recognizes past, stops current, and prevents future harms from our actions. So we want to make sure that every decision we make is not harming anyone. I love this picture. It shows like how equity right here. Do you see how this person might be a little bit shorter, so they need a few little more steps. This individual right here is tall enough to be able to reach it. This one needed way more, but you know what? They all had an equal opportunity to go ahead and reach up to that orange. So I feel like this is a perfect example of equity in this picture. If you guys like this picture, let me know and I'll go ahead and send it to you. Go ahead and move on to the next slide. So programs, these are the programs that we offer at Caltrans. As I've been speaking, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have been thinking, okay, so what does it mean to work for Caltrans? Like, what would I be doing at Caltrans? Or Caltrans are just the people who are on the side of the road picking up the trash or fixing up the signs or something like that. No, there is so much you could do at Caltrans. For example, we have accounting, we have budgets, civil rights, construction, which does happen to be some of the people you guys do see, design, engineering services, environmental analysis, traffic operation, human resources, maintenance, public affairs, road charge, sustainability, and so much more, which I'm going to go into detail right now. So let's speak about these programs. I try to make this PowerPoint all nice and cute so you guys could be all interested. So administration, I work in administration. My title is the recruitment coordinator for Caltrans. So like I go and I make these presentations. I go to schools, I go to colleges, I go to so many places to try to get people to come work for us. But that's not the only thing we do at admin. We have our equal opportunity officers. We have our public information officers, which you might even see them on TV, because if there's ever some news about Caltrans, they're the ones who go out there and report it. So a little bit about administration. The administration program supports the mission critical work of the California Department of Transportation. Administration employees provide quality services and consultation to staff. Another one that we have that's pretty popular is budgets. So every department needs a budget, or let's think. You guys don't think San Bernardino Valley College has a budget? Think about it. Their budget is so cool. I'm able to see myself on this screen. There's another screen over there. There's that over there. There's a camera over there. It's pretty. It looks like you guys have a pretty awesome budget, but someone needs to go ahead and manage it. So that's what you would be doing in budgets. So budgets is the division that develops, monitors and manages the department's annual budget. So every year we get a different budget. The budget provides funding to construct, operate, maintain a comprehensive transportation system of more than 15,200 miles of highways and freeways, and provides intercity rail passenger services. But like I said, budgets does not just focus on the budgets for the freeways, it's the budgets for all the departments in Caltrans. All right, so next we have construction. So these are the guys that you guys probably see on the highways. So the Division of Construction is a results-driven engineering organization that prides itself on timely project completion. I know you guys might probably think, oh my gosh, that 60 freeway has been under construction forever, which it has, and it probably does delay us. But what would you guys rather have? It be quick and not be done correctly, or it be done at a slow pace, but it's done right? Obviously, you want it to be done right because you don't want any accidents. So currently, Caltrans has 715 ongoing construction contracts that are valued at $10 billion. This was in the year 2020, so there's probably a big change in that. Next, I'm going to talk about design. So design provides the policies, standards, and procedures, guidance, technical assistance, and training needed to develop and maintain a safe, sustainable, integrated, and efficient transportation system. And I'm going to show you, well, Isaiah is going to be showing you a little video that kind of demonstrates what design does.
What? Is that it, or?
Yes, that was it. Thank you so much. So
Yeah, that was cute. Yeah, you might not have been able to see if the video is low quality, but like they put like a rope or something, like a cover over those rocks, right?
yeah,
Like,
so
what was it happening there?
So it's netting. So I was just explaining to the people here who are in person, because they were like, whoa, what's going on? So what was going on in that video is our construction team and our maintenance team on that road, there was a lot of issues that there was a lot of rock slide. And that was causing a lot of accidents on the road. So what Caltrans decided to do, you know what? What's a way that we could avoid that? Let's put some netting. So what they were doing, they were going around, they were kind of scaling, okay, how are we going to put this netting? So if there ever does happen to be another rock slide, we prevent accidents. So while they're up there, you saw it was pretty cool, right? They're all up there, they're putting the netting. It's pretty dangerous, But that's why we're so grateful to our Caltrans workers, because they put their lives at risk so the rest of us will be protected. That's a way that Caltrans affects your life. So they went ahead and they did the netting. And I know I said that's a video for design. So design was the one who made that video. They got this cool little drone. And while they were working on doing all of that project, they were recording them so you guys could be able to see, oh, this is what's going on. Like, this is what Caltrans does. They took a few pictures and they put it all together. So that is the design team and the construction and maintenance teams at work. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the Division of Engineering Services. So they are the lead project delivery organization for the design, construction, and oversight of bridge and other transportation structures. So engineering is huge at Caltrans. They're the ones who design the freeways, who make sure that those bridges are staying in place and they're not collapsing when a big semi drives through them. Health and safety, so they're the Office of Employee and Health and Safety, and they support and cultivate healthy and safe workplace for all employees. So for example, when you saw those workers up there, right? How hazardous would it be if they were just kind of climbing up there and there was no ropes, there was no hats, there was no belts to keep them tied up? Health and safety makes sure that all of these rules are being regulated so we don't have accidents and we don't have any tragedies happen. We could go ahead and move to the next slide. So legal, if anyone is interested in being an attorney or being a lawyer of any sort, we do have a legal department at Caltrans. So they are a full service in-house law office with statewide singular responsibility for meeting Caltrans diverse litigation and transactional law needs. So like, let's say they just try to make sure that everything is being followed by the book. If unfortunately for any reason Caltrans gets sued, there they are. They're right there to go ahead and help us. Maintenance. So the Division of Maintenance protects public safety and preserves California's highways by maintaining and repairing the system. The maintenance team responds to emergencies so the travelers and goods reach their destinations safely and efficiently. So for example, maintenance, when you're on the freeway and you see like a sign that's broken, they're gonna go and they're gonna be the ones who fix it. If there's something thrown on the highway, like for example, let's say this happened to my friend. She was moving and they had all the stuff in the truck. One of their chest flew out and all her shoes were on the 15 freeway along with the chest. You don't think that could have caused a traffic accident? Of course it could have. But if someone goes ahead and calls Caltrans, they're there and they're there to go pick that up so there's no accidents. I believe, was there a video for maintenance, Isaiah?
Yeah, I will play that right now.
All right, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna meet our maintenance team.
Hi, my name's Terry. I work with the stormwater crew and we work for all of the maintenance yards and of course the traveling public. We try to keep the water off the roadway and get the water courses flowing across the right-of-way for the state of California. So we do this with a Vector truck, and what we have is a high-pressure water reel that runs high-pressure water about 20 times to 30 times the pressure you have in your house. And it runs about 60 gallons a minute. What happens is we pressurize this line, and these tools over here shoot water back, and you just choose the right one for the job, and it goes through and drags all of that debris back, and we suck it up with this tube, which is a big vacuum. It sucks up across. So I'm going to start it up and show you how the vacuum works.
Good morning. My name is Lucas Salaya. I'm with Caltrans District 8 Spray Crew. This is a pack. We pick up freeway debris, trees, tumbleweeds, homeless trash. We spray poisons, pesticides, we kill weeds, you know what I mean, unwanted areas. Very simple.
Hi, my name is Leo Brandon. I'm with the Caltrans Metro Sweep. This is the sweeper I operate. We operate within the metro area, picking up debris from dirt to trash.
Hello, my name is Orlando Lorenzo. I'm with the Caltrans Tree Crew District 8, part of the tree crew.
Hello, my name is Darren Henderson, and we're on a landscape crew, and our job is to kill the weeds and maintain the freeways.
Good morning, I'm with the District 8 Bridge Crew, and we do bridge maintenance and repair. And this vehicle is the Balti beam, which protects us from errant vehicles out on the road.
Thanks, maintenance crew, for showing us all the hard work you do to keep our roads safe. Hey, Cone Kid, do you ever wonder what the view looks like from up there? You know who could show us? I think we're good, Isaiah.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask, who's Cone Kid? Is that like is that the Caltrans
Cone
mascot?
Kid.
Okay.
So Cone Kid is our mascot. So we usually take him to elementary schools and things like that so little kids can take pictures with Cone Kid. Cone Kid is actually a really fun thing to do. I've been Cone Kid once. I think it's pretty awesome. The kids love it. So if you guys ever want to take a picture with Cone Kid, let me know. I could bring Cone Kid to the school. You're like, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, if Cone Kid is like a job opportunity at Caltrans, sign me up. I'd love to be mascot. So, it's vibes,
Right?
vibes.
No, actually, that is one of the things for our admin group, Cone Kid, for the public information officers and all of that. We take him to all of our events. He's pretty popular and he's pretty known. So you guys, I'm pretty sure if you guys Google Caltrans Cone Kid, you're gonna see coloring books come out and everything. It's pretty cool. So our maintenance team, they're pretty cool, right? So when you think about maintenance, you think, oh, they kind of just fix the machines or they've fix the signs that are on the road. No. Did you see how that cool machine, how they picked up all the trash? That was pretty awesome, right? I think that's pretty cool. They're also in charge of like, you know, the pretty trees that are on the side of the freeway and all of that, making sure that the weeds don't overgrow and could cause accidents. I don't know if you guys have ever seen on the freeways when it rains, does it tend to get flooded? You want to make sure that doesn't happen to not cause accidents. So if like there's something going on where the because I don't know if when you're driving on the freeway, it's so hard for me to explain this. I had it in my head and I totally just forgot. But they're kind of like drains, right? Where the water kind of goes through and it gets out of, so then there's not flooding on the freeways. If something is like clogged or something, maintenance goes and they fix that for you guys. So maintenance, make sure that we're getting to our destination safely. All right, Isaiah, next slide. All right, then we have the project management team. So the Division of Project Management is responsible for the management and delivery of the California Department of Transportation portfolio of transportation improvement projects. So they kind of are the ones who's like, oh, this is the project that we're coming up with. This is what comes included with the project. Then we have right-of-way and land surveys. Have you guys ever seen these guys right here with the little cameras? And you're probably thinking, what are they doing? They're kind of like, in a way, kind of like real estate. They're trying to see, okay, let's see, what can we do with this piece of land? And is it going to affect if we have a highway here or what's going on? So the right-of-way and land surveys provides all of the real estate and land survey activities for Caltrans in the delivery of our transportation projects and the stewardship of our assets. All right. So that was just some projects, some teams that I spoke about, some divisions in Caltrans, but I want to speak about Caltrans in your community. So have you guys heard about Clean California? It's barely starting to come up, so I don't blame you guys if you guys haven't heard about it yet. So Clean California is a transformative initiative to remove litter and create jobs and beautify California. So I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed sometimes our highways are full of trash. Sometimes even some people just go and like, oh, I don't want this anymore. Let me just toss it over the freeway, right? We want to make sure that California looks beautiful, that our highways look beautiful. So we started Clean California. Trash has plagued California's streets and highways for decades. Clean California proposes a significant investment in litter collection, community engagement, and education to ultimately transform unsightly roadsides into spaces of pride for all Californians. So we want to be prideful. You know, California is like, for example, if you guys are Dodger fans, you're probably excited for tonight's game, right? You're probably like, oh yeah, go Dodgers. I'm representing the Dodgers. Well, we want you guys to feel the same way about our highways. Like, oh yeah, the 91 freeway. Oh yeah, the 15 freeway is the most beautiful freeway I've ever seen. You're not going to say that if it's full of trash, if the trees are all like ugly and dead. You're not going to say any of that. So we want you guys to be proud of it. So that's why Clean California is so big. So this is truly a statewide effort. So it's not just here in the Inland Empire. It's going to be all the way from the bottom of like San Diego, San Isidro, all the way to the top of California. So this it's a statewide effort with potential projects in all 58 counties, and with a third of the funds going directly to the cities, counties, tribes, and transit agencies to clean local streets and public spaces. So it's not just gonna be the highways. We want to focus on the streets as well. So Caltrans removed 267,000 cubic yards of trash in 2020. That's enough to fill 18,000 garbage trucks. That's a lot. That's a lot. Think about it. In just 1 week, how much does your garbage can get full? Especially, let's think you have a party this weekend. Gets pretty full, right? It kind of overfills and you can't really close it. And then the trash people come and they pick it up and they throw it out. And think about it, they cover like a good amount of streets, right? Imagine 18,000 of those full of just trash from California. So we want to create career opportunities and jobs for veterans, students, artists, people experiencing homelessness, and those re-entering society from incarceration. So Clean California is probably going to start mass hiring right now. And it's going to be for a lot of positions. So keep your eye out for that. I am going to touch base in a little bit right now about how you can apply to work for the state and how you can look for a job for Clean California. But just keep that in mind if that's something that you are interested in. And we do estimate that Clean California will create an estimated 10,000 to 11,000 jobs over the next 3 years. All right, Isaiah, thank you. I don't know if you guys wanted to take the break now or you guys want me to move forward. I guess I'm moving a little too quickly. It's completely up to you guys.
Well, you maybe it'd be a nice thing. Are there any questions? Do we
Yes.
that we do a break before we go into the break and see if we've got any questions right now?
Is there anything in the chat? I can't really see the chat, so I don't know if there's anything in there.
Isaiah, if you
actually received one question. It was asked earlier. So you said that you were under the administration program, correct?
Correct.
One of the students was just wondering, what exactly is quote unquote like quality services? Like what would be something that you would be providing to a staff member, for example?
So for example, you want your staff members to be happy when they work for you, right? So one thing that I do is I do Bring Your Child to Work Day. So what I do for Bring Your Child to Work Day is I make it a crazy event. Well, I try to because I haven't been able to because of COVID. But what I try to do is, hey, I want you guys to feel cared for and I want your families to see that you're cared for. So we do this event where their children are able to come and they're able to see like, wow, this is what my mom and dad does. I want to do this when I grow up. Another thing could be an employee luncheon. So we want our staff to feel appreciated. So what do? We get probably a taco guy. We get so many things just for you guys to be like, wow, I feel appreciated. Another quality service would be, for example, I am in charge, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. I am in charge of overseeing the student assistant program. Sometimes a lot of the employees are very overwhelmed. They have a lot of projects going on and they need assistance. So they would like to hire a student assistant. What they would do is they would reach out to me and be like, hey, Ruby, I'm kind of a little bit overwhelmed. I want to see if in my budget, if it's in for me to be able to hire a student assistant. And if so, since I'm so busy, can you help me hire that student assistant? So that's one of my quality services, to get back to them in a timely manner, make sure that they're getting all of their needs and assistances.
And then,
yes,
this is just another question. You kind of answered this, like with all the stuff they stated, but one of the students asked, would you consider your job to be fun?
Oh my gosh, so much fun. I am never bored. Never, 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 never. I always have something to do. Like being here, awesome. I got pizza Like
Hey,
I'm getting fed, and I kid you not, all of the events I've been going to, I've been getting fed, which is a plus. But I just enjoy meeting people, talking to people, telling them about how happy I am in my job and in what I do. So
Mhm.
yes, I consider my job to be 100% fun. I'm pretty sure if the rest of my team was here, they tell you how much fun they have. A little bit about my team. We're the Office of Employee Engagement. So what does that mean? Keeping our employees engaged. So we do a lot of trainings to help them be like, oh, I want to benefit more in my career. What could I do to be better? So we offer trainings like leadership trainings, development trainings, legals, do's and don'ts for supervisors. Another one of my coworkers, he does this really cool thing that is called a brown bag. So typically back in the day when you guys would go to lunch, employees would go to lunch, they would carry their little brown bag, right? And in that little brown bag, they had, probably like a little soda, their sandwich, some cookies. So this is an event that we do during lunch where we touch base on a topic that our employees are interested about. Like, let's say, for example, oh, I'm a little interested in what retirement plans Caltrans has to offer, or what are the benefits that this state agency has to offer. And we have a presentation during that time. And one of my coworkers is in charge of that. And it's so much fun because you're engaging with all the other employees at Caltrans, and you're getting to know people, and you're getting to network, and you want people to stay happy within their jobs. Because what happens when people aren't happy? They leave. They don't want to be here anymore. And we want our employees to be happy so they could be with us forever.
All right, bet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, would you talk a little bit about your affirmative action program? Because I really want people to understand, I'm gonna lead you there, about, yes, it's internal, but also business opportunities and things like that Caltrans takes a look at to try to get small businesses and people within communities jobs as well as business opportunities. Okay?
Yes, so that's something that we're focusing on recently. Whenever you want to go to mom and pop businesses right now, right? Because of everything that's happened within the pandemic, you want to support those businesses around you. So let's say, for example, for my Bring Your Child to Work Day event, I want to make t-shirts. Am I going to go to a big corporation, or am I going to go to a mom and pop to make a connection with them and be like, hey, yearly, I have this event. I want to get these many t-shirts for this event. And what am I doing? I'm helping my community. I am helping, and then not just that, let's say everybody at Caltrans is like, whoa, Ruby, the t-shirts were so cool. Where did you get those made? Oh, I got them made at this mom and pop shop. Everybody gets to hear about it. And then like, oh, well, my family's gonna have a baseball game and we need t-shirts. I'm gonna go to that mom and pop shop. And you want your community to thrive. That should be something that you always want to do, because what happens when your community thrives, there's so much growth, there's so much happiness there, and more people want to live there. More people like just you always want pride in your community. And if all these businesses are closing down, what's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of sadness. It's just going to be really empty. Not that many people are going to know about your community. People are going to be struggling. And so with that, what Caltrans was to do is we want to help our small local businesses and partner with them, so there could be so much growth within California.
That's great. That's great. Well, I tell you what, maybe we take that little break right now, okay? And Ruby, give you a chance to be able to get a little soda or a little water or something, and then say we'll come back in what, you guys, about 10 minutes?
Before we do that, really quick, does anybody in here have a question?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
No, I think we're good. All right. I think, yeah, let's take that little water break. And please, if you guys come up with any more questions, put them in the chat so Isaiah could let me know and I could do my best to answer. Okay.
All right, thank you. I'm going to be doing some research on Cone Kid in the meantime. So, you know,
sounds great.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay, thanks a lot. Take a little water break. Okay.
Thank you. When you guys are ready, I am ready.
Yeah, I'm good. See, y'all thought I was kidding about looking. Look
Oh
at him.
my
Look at him
God.
on the four-wheeler. Look at him on the
Dude,
four-wheeler.
yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord.
I'm telling you,
That's it.
Comb Kid has the time of his life all the time.
Oh
Man,
my
he's
God.
really just vibing. I
Yeah,
thought you were kidding. I thought you were kidding.
No.
If I just look him up, I would find him. He's
No.
really out here with CHP Chipper.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a vibe. That's a vibe. That's a vibe.
So
That-
Comb Kid
is this
actually my
before he
coworker.
is this before he got the remodel? Like
Yes.
before he got
Yes.
surgery?
Yeah. You know, he got he got that surgery done. He
Right.
wanted to look better.
Yeah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. I'm rocking with Cone Kid. I'm rocking with Cone Kid. I'll say that much. I'll say that much.
Oh my God. Well, I'm gonna leave you all, I'm gonna leave this in the hands of our younger generation who are doing an absolutely wonderful job. And as always, everybody, thank you for being here. And Ruby, thank you. And Isaiah and Omar. And I'll let you be. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, peace out, Dr. Shop.
Bye, Dr. Scott. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Alrighty. So now after we looked up Cone Kid and how cool he is, I'm pretty sure that motivates you guys to want to work for us. My coworker is actually Cone Kid. And I'm telling you, my coworker loves it. It's not full-time position, but it is something that they get to do a lot often. So just keep that in mind in case you guys want to work in the employee engagement office. So on to the fun stuff here. So what we're going to start talking about is jobs that you get at Caltrans and what are the requirements for those jobs. So these are jobs for high school graduates. You might think, oh, well, I might need my college degree in order to work for Caltrans. Absolutely not. You could just have your high school degree and that will be more than enough. Some positions that we do have at Caltrans would be an office assistant, so a clerical assistant. We do have a student assistant, which I'm going to touch base on that in a little bit. Assistant clerks, automotive equipment operator, Caltrans highway maintenance workers. Like, for example, I was just telling everybody here that my husband is officially hired as a maintenance worker. He only has his high school degree, but he does happen to have a little bit of experience. Sometimes you need no experience at all. The training is there. So if that's something you're interested in, please look into it, which right now we currently do need a lot of maintenance workers. So if after this you're like, oh, well, I would like to work at Caltrans as a maintenance worker, please go ahead. Yes.
Can you kind of go more in depth about the maintenance workers, like responsibilities?
Yes, of course. So for the question that was just asked, if I could go in depth for maintenance workers and their responsibilities, there is a variety of things. One of the popular ones is landscape. So that would be, cutting the trees, picking up all the debris, things like that. Other maintenance workers, an example I could give you would kind of be like, if there's a spill on the highway, they're the ones who go down. Lower at the beginning, you kind of just are the ones who are flagging down the traffic when you barely start off. Like they have to close one side of the road, so you kind of have to open it on one end and then close it on the other one. You would be a flagger. So while you're getting trained to do other things, you would start off just doing those little things, but you learn so much more along the way. A good thing that I always like to mention regarding maintenance workers, once you have your experience, it's so easy to move up any position in Caltrans, honestly. So if you have been at Caltrans for a year and you're like, you know what, I like being a maintenance worker, but now I want to be a heavy equipment operator. I have that experience that I've been here for a year. They're going to see I have that experience. Let me apply for the heavy equipment operator position. And I'm telling you, it's a broad spectrum for maintenance worker because there's so many things that you could do as a maintenance worker. Yes. Yes, electrical. Yes, it could fall under that as well. Yes, so you always want to read the job description, which I'm gonna show you how to focus on that when you go in there for the application. Always just don't be like, oh, maintenance worker. Okay, I'm gonna apply for it. Always read what it says because it'll specifically explain what you're gonna be doing in that position, and every single one could be different. Yes. Another option is a custodian. So many things that you could do at Caltrans. This is just a very, very limited amount of positions that you could get. Next one, Isaiah. So opportunity for college students. So you guys are all college students. Oh, did you have a question? I'm so sorry. All right, no, go ahead. Oh, for the one that they were on the mountains. Oh gosh, you know what? It is under maintenance, but it's going to be not the beginner type maintenance for sure. Let me look into that. Yes, you could end up doing that. You could end up doing that. But like I said, it's always in the description. Oh, definitely, because in maintenance, you're gonna get assigned to a specific facility because there's so Caltrans, the main office is District 8, which we're located in downtown San Bernardino. But for maintenance, oh my goodness, there's so many. I don't know if you guys have ever driven on the 15 when you get onto the 210. You see that little building right there, and there's a bunch of Caltrans trucks. That's one of our maintenance locations. So that's there's one there. There's another one in San Bernardino. There's one in Corona. They're all over the place. So it always depends where you get stationed. However, your job with maintenance is always going to be changing depending on what needs to be getting fixed. Yeah, so you're not just, oh, you're a maintenance worker. All you're ever going to be doing is just flagging down traffic. Yes. Yes, you could get transitioned. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for example, no, like I said, it varies. It varies, but you will always know what you're gonna get into, especially in the interview. You could ask all those questions and be like, well, where exactly am I going to be sent? What is going to be required of me? And they'll give you all those all that information. I don't know if you guys could hear him, but he's saying he would want to know to not apply for the one that we saw the video for, just because, you know, heights, maybe that might be the reason. But no, they will always notify you. Don't worry about that. So opportunities for college students. I mentioned earlier, there is a student assistant program. This is a paid internship. Keyword paid, because a lot of internships when you're in college might not always be paid. And you know, you are sacrificing the ability to bring in the money to your household. So the cool thing is you're working, but you're getting paid for it, which is pretty cool because a lot of internships do not offer that. So it would be in your field of study, and it assists students in gaining experience to their intended major and future career. Right now, we are in need of a student assistant in the admin department. That would be working with the PIOs, yes. The public information officers, I believe they are interested in for design, it might be. I will look into that, but so what you would want to do if you are interested, so this is the CA intern network. I believe Omar gave you guys, for those of you guys who are here, and I don't know if you guys received it online, it was in one of the packets. Can I see one actually to see what page it is? Let me go ahead and grab it. It should be the second page. So if you go onto the second page, it'll say, I don't know if the camera could see, student assistant. So you would go onto calinterns.org. And once you're on calinterns.org, you could go ahead and apply there. If you want to see the locations, it'll show you all internship opportunities, but if you want it to be just focused in San Bernardino or Riverside County, which for ours, it will probably be San Bernardino County, you would filter it to show for San Bernardino County. And it'll say Caltrans admin student assistant, or Caltrans engineering, because we are also looking for an engineering student assistant right now. The requirements for that is that you are in the field of study for that what is being asked for. So I believe for the admin one, it might be if you're under design, I'm not quite sure, but for sure, the one that they're looking for in construction right now, that one they're looking for any engineering major. So it'll give you all the details in there. There are a few things you do need to qualify for the program. You must be enrolled in a minimum of 6 semester units, or equivalent to 9 quarter units, and maintain a minimum of a 2.0 GPA or above. Those are the requirements. And every application might ask for something different. Some of them might ask for a resume, some may not. Some of them may ask for your availability, some may not. A cover letter, your transcripts. So always pay attention to what they're asking for. Some of them might even ask for you to answer a couple of questions. That's called a statement of qualifications. So they'll ask you, what experience, this is just an example, what experience do you feel qualifies you to work as my student assistant? And you could be like, oh, well, I have experience in working with this software, or I went to a trade school, something like that. And you just go ahead and answer that question. When you answer those questions, you kind of want to do it in like paragraph essay format, just so it could seem more formal and you could catch their eye. Another thing that we do have for college students is the volunteer program. This one is not paid because it is volunteers. So the purpose of the volunteer program is to provide training opportunities that will assist people in fulfilling their career development goals. Some volunteers opt to work in fields they are interested in, or some may just be like, hey, I'm curious what this department does. I never heard about it. I'm going to try to volunteer there. Or they have current or prior schooling in that department, or they want to work in areas they know little about, allowing them to gain exposure to different career environments. And I believe the volunteer one should be the 3rd page. If you're interested in that, it'll tell you how to apply. And it'll just, like I mentioned, it's non-paid training opportunity. In that resume, what you want to do is you want to submit your experience and what kind of experience you're willing to gain. So that for that one, you're going to submit a cover letter and you're going to send a resume to that email right there, which is askrecruitment@dot.ca.gov. And Isaiah, do you know, or Omar, if the people who are at home, they have this information, correct? Perfect. All right. Awesome. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions about the student assistant program or the volunteer program before I move forward? No? Yes? Okay. Yes. Oh, thank you for asking that question, because that is a very big point. So majority of the time, a lot of our student assistants do get offered a position. It's like 80% of the time. If there happens to be an opening because someone happened to retire or they liked you so much, yes. Regarding to volunteer, you would still need to apply through the CalCareers website, but it makes a big difference because people at Caltrans already know you. So when you go into interview, they'll be like, wait, that person used to be a volunteer. They already kind of know how it works around here. So it is a big benefit for you. Yes. Yes. Okay, ready for the next one. So jobs for 2-year college graduates. So these are just a little bit. We do have a computer operator, an accountant, or a maintenance mechanic. Because guess what, Caltrans, we need our machines break down a lot of the times because they do a lot of work. So we do need mechanics. We're not going to go to just any mechanic shop. We want our Caltrans mechanics there. So that is something that you could do. Computer operators, accountants, so much variety. And if you guys are interested in seeing a lot of the options that we have, I just go ahead and send me an email, which I believe I will provide at the end. And I could just send you a link to everything that we have, or you're always welcome to just go onto our Caltrans District 8 website and just get a look at it and see what it is that we have to offer there. All right. Jobs for bachelor degree graduates. Let me move this over so I can see. So we have an administrative assistant, associate budget analyst. So you're working with budgets, associate governmental program analyst. So remember I mentioned to you guys at the beginning where I said I saw that when I applied and I said, I don't know what an analyst is. I wouldn't even qualify for it. No, always please click on it. Always click on it, because what you want to read is the job description. I did not know that I would end up being a recruitment coordinator, doing events such as Bring Your Child to Work Day. I never thought that was included until I read the job description. The job description will always specify what it is specifically that that position does. So there's a lot of associate government program analysts, or like how we like to call them, AGPAs. Don't get discouraged. Always click on it because there's a variety of things. Like my whole department, we're all AGPAs. I'm the recruitment coordinator. We have a staff service analyst, which does all of the trainings. We have another person who's in charge of all of the flyers for our district, our equal opportunity employment officer. So much. So always click on that. We have right-of-way agents, environmental planners, research analysts, architectural designers, transportation planners, electrical engineers, landscape architects, so much. So please, there's so many opportunities at Caltrans that you could apply for. So always check it out. Next one, please. So you might be thinking, why does this girl want me to work at Caltrans so bad? Like, what does she have to offer? Number one thing is a competitive salary. Every position offers a different salary, but guess what? It's competitive. What you're going to find here at Caltrans, you might not find at a different job. But my favorite thing is the benefits. You have health, dental, and retirement plans. You have vision. I didn't have all of this before, so I am so happy that I have it. It makes a big difference. Professional job training. There is always training at Caltrans. I just did one another day about customer service, like how to speak to a customer, because you might think, well, what is she talking about, customer service? This isn't Chipotle. This isn't anything like that. No. So think about it. Caltrans, we have a lot of customers because we have to contract like construction companies to help us build highways. That is a customer. Just you guys, people on the highways, you guys are our customers because we're building these highways for you to drive safely on. And if you guys have a complaint, we have to know how to deal with it. So we always have professional job training for whatever it may be. I used to work at Chipotle, by the way. Isaiah just mentioned he loves Chipotle and he had a burrito bowl today. I used to work there. So trust me, I know the love. Another thing is work-life balance. Some jobs, they don't respect that you guys have a family. They might make you work overtime. It might get crazy. No, Caltrans has flexible work schedules. We do have sick leave, which is paid for, and paid vacations. So, like, for example, I just got married recently. I haven't even gone on my honeymoon. I'm going on my honeymoon next month and I'm getting paid. So what more can you want? Right? And there's telework schedules. Not all positions have telework schedules. Like, for example, our maintenance workers, they can't telework. You would have to actually go in every day. But if you're working like within the office as an engineer, or like, for example, me, I work 3 days out of the week from home. And then 2 days I go into the office. Another cool thing is I have a 980 schedule. A 980 schedule means I have every other Monday off. Depending on what you prefer, it could be a Friday or whatever is available. So what I do is if I do work a Monday, I work 8 hours. But every other day from Tuesday through Friday, I'm working 9 hours. That extra hour that I work on all those other days accumulates for me to be able to take that other Monday off. And you get that opportunity once you've passed your probation, because we do have a probation period of 6 months at Caltrans. Well, depending on your position, mine was 6 months. Once you pass that, you have the opportunity to do that. So it's pretty awesome things at Caltrans. I'm trying to think what else. It's just, honestly, it's such a great place to work for. And I feel like I've grown so much working there, and I feel I'm so happy with all the opportunities that they give me. So I feel that working for Caltrans has a lot of benefits. Does anybody have any questions regarding what we have to offer? Oh, I think we're good. All right, we'll move forward, Isaiah. So the most important thing, how to apply for a state job. I believe it is the first page in that little packet you guys received. So this is our CalCareers account. So what you would want to do here, let me move this to the bottom. You're going to want to click this little guy, create account or log in. If you have not created an account, you're going to go ahead and you're going to create your account. Thank you, Isaiah. So there you go. Go ahead and click create account. So you will put your email address. You'll create a user ID. You'll make a password, confirm your password. Come, kid. Isaiah really loved the cone kid. You're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
put it. Yes, we are a part of CalPERS retirement. Someone just asked if we are part of CalPERS. I actually have CalPERS, so yes, we are part of CalPERS retirement. So you would go ahead and you would create your account. I don't know if you want to go back, Isaiah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're okay.
See, I got too excited. That's on me.
So once you have created your account, you're going to follow all the prompts. Here's the thing though, depending on what position you want to apply for, every position you need to take an exam for. Don't let that scare you because it's not that terrifying. For example, my position, it was more like a personality type of test. Like, oh, if you caught an employee stealing supplies, what would you do? If a customer got angry, what would you do? I do know for maintenance, it is a little bit more different. Like, for example, they'll ask you, do you know what machine this is? Do you have any experience in using this machine? Or do you have any capacities that might limit you from doing this position? Things like that. But every position does have an exam, so you always want to take it. If for some reason you are nervous about the exam, there are study guides for them. So you could always find the study guide for the exam before taking it. I do not believe they are timed. You take them at your own pace and you get your results right after you finish taking the exam. Everything is online. So like I mentioned, oh, sorry, Isaiah, can you go back?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, like I mentioned, you in order to apply for that position, you have to pass the exam. If you want to look good, you want to get more than an 80%. The higher the score, the more likely it is that they're going to look at your application. Let's see, take as many exams as you may qualify for. So let's say, well, I'm not interested in like an AGPA position, but I mean, I guess I'll take the exam for it. What happens if you get 100%? You're more than likely that they'll look at that application. So go ahead and just go for it. And like I said, you'll get your exam score right after. You always also want to look at the requirements when you apply for the job. Reason for that is it could say, oh, we want you to have a bachelor's degree. Oh, well, I don't have a bachelor's degree yet, so I can't apply. There's always an option that says, or at the bottom, they might ask for just your high school and like a year of experience. So it could be an either or. So don't ever think just because they're asking for just one thing right away, don't assume, oh, you can't apply for it. Always read into the requirements. Next one, please. So let's see, applying for jobs. So you want to use the advanced search box to find hundreds of openings. Like I said, read the job description to find out details about specific jobs. Follow the instructions on each job posting. That is critical. You do not want to skip something because if you skip something, guess what? They're not going to look at your job posting. Some jobs require a statement of qualifications, which I said is when they ask you like 3 questions and you want to answer that question kind of like an essay format, just write a quick little paragraph about it. You don't ever want to go more than like half a page to respond to each question because they don't want to read that much either. You might need to submit your resume and sometimes they'll ask for a cover letter. Make sure to upload all the documents on the application package tab. Oh, and then another key thing, it'll ask you, sometimes you have your resume, right? And you're like, okay, I uploaded my resume. And then, you know, those are annoying jobs where they're like, okay, now tell me where you worked, even though you already put it on your resume. Do it. Still do it. Trust me, because what if the person doesn't even bother to look at your resume? Even though you uploaded it, you always want to answer every single box and into full detail. One of the key things I always say is when you're answering the questions on the statement of qualifications and in your resume, you want it to match what the job description is. Because if you have words from the job description into your resume, which obviously don't lie, if you like, if they're saying, oh, we need someone who has worked with a lawnmower, don't lie and be like, oh, I haven't worked with a lawnmower. But in your resume or in your application, you could be like, worked using a lawnmower for 4 years. Like, get keywords that matter and add them into there. At the end, when you're done submitting everything, select submit my application button when you are ready to apply. and you should be good to go. Sometimes the state does take a while to hire people. Don't get discouraged. It is a long process because we do have to do background checks. We do check references. So please don't give up on the first try. Isaiah, next one, I believe that's it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, questions? My email is right here. Let me move that because it's probably blocking you guys. So my email is right here, ruby.cabral@dot.ca.gov. Please email me. Do not be shy. If you guys struggle on the website for any reason, like, hey, Ruby, I'm just having a hard time creating my account or anything, please give me a call and I will guide you guys through it. Isaiah, I did want to know if I have the ability to share my screen. I did want to go on CalCareers real quick.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
You see it? All right, cool. So let's see right here. This is the CalCareers website. You're going to go ahead, you're going to log in, blah, blah, blah. Or let's say you haven't even logged in yet. What you want to do here is you're going to want to type Caltrans. So look at all these openings. There's 10. So we have a Caltrans equipment operator, and it'll tell you what county it's in. So this one is Inyo County, San Luis Obispo, Orange County, Sacramento, Fresno, Yuba, Mendocino, Kern, Humboldt. Look at all the pages there are. So you're like, oh, that's too many. That's too much. I don't want to look through every single one of them. You're going to go ahead and refine your search. I'm going to put location. Let's do where it's San Bernardino. San Bernardino County. Update results.
Oh, I think it just refreshed to San Francisco, but yeah, I think.
Oh, it refreshed. Just kidding. Let me see. Where did it go?
Yeah, I think it's like one above it. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Update results. All right. So see how for San Bernardino County, there's 8 openings right now. So we have a Caltrans maintenance supervisor, 2 because we really need some, a transportation surveyor, a heavy equipment mechanic, another transportation surveyor. Here's a tricky one, associate governmental program analyst. Let's be honest, if you guys saw that, would you guys even click on it? Yeah, me, right? That's me. Yeah. Senior right-of-way agent, transportation engineering technician. Let's click on this one. So right here, it'll just tell me working title. It's going to be in the engineering admin section. Salary range is the amount right here. Pretty nice. It's a permanent position, permanent full-time, and the location, San Bernardino County. It was published on this date. Filing deadline. So I believe that is today, right? So today would be the last day to apply for it. So you guys want to view it. So let's click on view job posting. So right here, this is where you would click if you want to apply. If you want to print the job, you'll do it right here. Like I said, job description and duties. So let me find the keyword for this one. So you would perform a variety of analytical services in tracking and managing the personal service dollars and operating expenses. So by seeing government program analyst, would you have thought that that's what this was? Clearly not, right? Clearly not. You're going to do project resource schedule management system, budgeting, tracks project schedules and expenditures. So this is what an AGPA does. You want to keep reading. You want to keep reading. Here's the most important thing. You always want to click on the duty statement. Let's see if it'll open it up for us. Like always, it does that. No, this always happens. So it's a good thing that this happened. So let's close it. I'm going to click on it again. It should have downloaded. So what I'm going to do, if that happens to you where it tells you, please wait, go right here, go to your downloads, click on it again. Let's see, allow. It's not my computer. So, okay, there you go. See how it opened now? So that's what you always want to do. If that happens to you, don't freak out. Be like, oh my God, I can't see it. Does that happen to me? No, just go on to your downloads and it should be the first one. So right here, it'll tell you the classification, whatever. Here, you're able to see the percentage of your job duties. So for 45% of your job, you're going to serve as a budget manager for highway maintenance. The 35% you're going to maintain ongoing reports of construction and expenditures. And the other 10% is to coordinate and conduct regular meetings with other divisions, prepare and submit purchases, coordinate with construction divisions. Remember how I told you in your resume, you want to use keywords, right? So if you ever served as something, you would use the word serves. You would use the word maintain ongoing reports if you did that at your previous job. Coordinate and conducted regular meetings. You want to pull words from there onto your resume. The more it looks like the duty statement on your resume, the more likely they are to call you back. Combine that with a high test score that you got, guess what? It's going to go good for you. Let me go back to Cal Careers. So there's that. So examination, here's the exam. You'll click right here. You want to take the exam. You'll click right here. But right here is going to talk about the requirements. So right here, it'll talk about the task. So here are the minimum qualifications. So education, it's going to ask. So you're going to want either 1 year of experience as a staff service analyst, or 3 years of experience, or a 4-year degree. So you always want to look at this because this will tell you if you could even qualify for the position or not. Let me go back. I know it's a lot, guys, so I don't expect you guys to be like, oh my God, I know what to do right away. No, please reach out to me. Please, please, please. Like I said right here, it's the same thing if you didn't want to click on the other one. Knowledge and abilities, what they're kind of wanting of you is so someone who acts independently, open-mindedly, flexibility, and tact. I'll ask for all of that. If for some reason you have an issue when applying, all of that might also be down here as well. How to apply right here. This is if you want to mail your application package, but majority of the time you could just submit it online. It talks about benefits. If you have any issues when applying, like for example, if I hadn't shown you guys how to open that thing up, you would have been freaking out, right? Thinking, oh my God, I can't open the duty statement. That happened to me. What I did is I went to the hiring contact. I saw their number, their name and their number and their email. I emailed them and I said, hey, for some reason, I can't open the duty statement. I'm having an issue. Can you please send it to me? And they send it to me, and that's how I was able to see it. If you guys have any issues when applying or just any questions overall, you always want to contact the hiring unit contact, okay? All righty. I believe that is it on my end. I'll stop sharing my screen if I can figure it out. I'll stop share. There we go. And that is it. Isaiah, do we have any questions or anything?
No, we actually don't have any questions from the chat. Maybe there might be from people online, but I just want to say a shout out to you. That was a super dope presentation.
Thank you.
You kept my attention the entire time, and I have a very short attention span, so you know that's a compliment. So thank you for that one.
Thanks, Isaiah. I appreciate that. Does anybody here have any questions? I know it was a lot of info at the end, so I do apologize if I went a little too quickly, but I hope everybody was able to catch my email. If not, just at the end, you guys can come up to me and I can give you guys the email or the number you guys could contact me at. I think we are all good. Are we all good, Isaiah?
Yeah, I'm good. If you guys are good. But yeah, I guess we just wrap it up then. But yeah, once again, thank you to Caltrans and Miss Ruby Cabral for showing up. Shout out for her getting married and that honeymoon's dropping next month. That's gonna be a movie.
Yes.
Shout out to Mr. Omar Castro for putting this all together. Is it true? So do you guys have pizza today?
Yes.
Man, I saw last week that you guys had pizza, and I was telling Dr. Scott, like, man, like I wish I was there in person because I personally would never turn down a free opportunity for pizza. Like even
Never.
even if I didn't care about anything related to like what you just taught today or anything infrastructure related, if there's free pizza, I'm there. Free anything, I'm there. I'm a very easy person to win over. So once again, thank you to Ruby and Caltrans for showing up. Thank you for their awesome presentation. Shout out to everyone that joined in the Zoom call. Shout out to all you guys that are there in person. Shout out Mr. Omar Castro. And you know what? I think we're good to go. We'll see you guys next
Thank
week.
you.
And then we will also be sending out emails with all of Ruby's documents as well as any other important stuff you guys should know about.
Thank you everybody for joining. I hope you have a great day and go Dodgers. Don't forget to watch the game tonight.